Of course, we have to have a top 4 deck profile with Sky Striker for a new format. So, we have some Sky Striker action. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. So, I dusted off my brain cells and said, it's time to go play some Sky Striker. I've been looking at a lot of data and a lot of variations that players have been coming up with this. I've been trying to come up with what I wanted to test out, and I think that this ended up being the variant I wanted to go with. So we are playing basically going second striker at this point. Your trade-off of playing going second is you're going to have to sit there for a little bit while your opponent builds their field, but quite honestly, you should be able to break it apart quite easily. Sometimes you don't get the chance to end up, ending your opponent's gaming career, but you have enough draw power and enough turbo digging into the deck with enough paralysis options that you can usually end up devastating the opponent. So we are playing Triple Ray, still the best card within the deck to get the job done. We are playing 2 rows. You play the 2 rows because you play Desires. I know there are people that don't like playing the Desires, but I also had for the first time ever, I opened up both of these going second. And I was like, man, it's really cool that my 0 is completely offline. So we had to go with the concessions, and we have to actually play these. It really stinks, but you do what you got to do. We also have Triple Engage. What I can tell you about this card not being once per turn, the fact that this searches for any toolbox option you need, gives you access to the Widow Anchor, or another option to just be able to kind of close out your opponent. I also think that the power aspect that this card gives you, especially the further that you're able to dig into the deck on compression, it feels amazing. This card is the most cracked card in this deck. Like, you think Engage is cracked? This is your OTK card. The fact that this is not a once per turn activation, and the fact that you can continuously rotate through monsters to end the opponent and win the game is absurd. We've also got access to the Triple Widow Anchor. You do not get much of a much of a takeaway from this. You have to play all 3 of these. Card is absolutely amazing, still to this day. We are playing 1 multi-roll. I feel better about having this back in the deck. Like I said, there are just some turns where you're just not going to get the chance to clear the game, or, you're going to have to go first. So you are going to have to make those decisions of, hey, if I have to pivot at this point, does it work out? And, and usually the answer is pulling back a Widow Anchor is really, really good. We also do have 1 copy of the field spell. This plus Ray still works to this day. It's been really good. I've also found that this card has been really, really impactful as of late. I joked about Hornet Drones. I was like, it'd be cool with this card getting banned. I am no longer cool with this card getting banned. It has actually come up now that I need this card in case, Lunalight tries to clear up your field. You can use this to kind of rebuild and be able to play the game. I did not realize that it was that important, but it has really, 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 really changed my opinion on the card. We are playing 1 Rhoda. You have to be able to get this into the graveyard. It is an extra spell card. It is very, very, very important. We are also playing the Terraforming as well. Realistically, both of these just are components to get to the pieces that you need. And we are playing 1 Lemnis Gate. So, Lemony here. I still want to play 2 Lemnis Gates. I like the resetting of the resources. It feels very, very good. But man, some games it is just not fun because you'll just dead draw Luminous Gates and you're just like, oh, I love garbage. This is so good. I did not quite actually get this card to resolve for this event, which is kind of scary actually, because I think this card's cracked, but I just didn't have quick play spells half of the time, which is weird. Triple Thrust. This card still is absolutely, it does everything we want it to do. It pulls out this Tack Talents, which usually steals monsters or draws us cards. We do play the Call by the Grave. I'm so sick of drawing Lockbird Man or getting ashed. This card actually saved my butt. And it's an extra spell to go in the graveyard. We did play Triple Droplet. I think that this is also pretty important. Now, we were playing 2 Raigeki. So, honestly, you need the Raigekis to kind of plow through just certain fields. Yeah, certain fields can rebuild, but I think you just need them. Play 2 Lightning Storm. This actually is pretty important for back row. If your opponent puts everything in attack mode, though, and doesn't play around this card because they don't think you're main decking it, you just get free wins. We also have Triple Desires. I hate this card so much at 3. Holy crap. I cannot tell you the amount of times I desired into Desires. I think it was 3 times for one tournament. You want to tell me how that's mathematically possible? It sucks. We did play the 1 Feather Duster. Very, very, very card. Actually was good in the main deck. And we have a single Black Goat Laughs in the main deck. So that works out very, very, very well. Now, the extra deck. So we only played 2 zeros. So I think 2 zeros. I wanted to play 3, but I also wanted to play the Typhon because it's come up a couple of times. So I think this was okay. We also played Triple Kagari. Being able to make one of these during your opponent's turn feels really, really good. Especially to pull back a piece that you need for extra combo is insanely good. We have 2 Shizuku. I did choose to play the second Shizu. I'm not the most well-versed in Sky Striker combo in the modern era. So the extra Shizuku just kind of backs you up and gives you a little bit of protection. We also have the Hayate, the attack direct, get the dump. It closes out games. I still have to play the 1 Kaina for the defensive option to make it so the opponent's monster can't declare an attack. Zeke, I do want to play a second Zeke. This has been coming up as like a generic monster. And I actually think I got to think about that. Azalea, I really wish we had Carmelia, man. SP, you need this. We do play the really, really, really interesting Dahark. You're using this to climb into the Temperance. I really, just another Sky Striker you can discombobulate and go back down with, which I think does kind of end up being important. And then we have 1 Zusi, or 1 Typhon, which I do think he is pretty important. Extra deck, we have triple copies of Hand Traps. These were pretty important. We had triple Droll. This also was pretty important. We still have Lancias present in this. I did play a Hamp. I do want to play a second. Desiring and losing 1 sucks, and I think it's come to the point that we need to have the extra 1, especially for Lunalight. We do have 1 MST for the search. We also have Judgment. Now, you may or may not know, but Sky Striker just lost this very broken card. So we have to find some concessions for this. Currently, testing 2 more Black Goat Laughs. I think this is not especially you can call the Lunalight bad card and not have to deal with it, which is pretty important. We also have DD Ground. I know that this can make you lose your stuff. I'm not too worried about that because you just need 1 turn on the Floodgate on this, and it usually kind of gets you to where you need to be. They're different things and iterations for this. I do think that these are problem-solving current problems, or problem-solving cards that will work out. We'll just have to wait and see where time goes. But there we are. We finished top 4, so not too bad. So check our friends TradeCardMate.com down below. Enter MCO40 and save and purchase. Peace out. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.